So I'm leaving an offering for the lion energy up here. There's two lions up here. Yes, and a wolf. And the offering of the rose is asking for permission to activate the energies up here of Sekhmet's pride. That's the name of this lot, is Sekhmet's pride. And Sekhmet is the Egyptian lioness of fierce transformation. So the fierceness is simply our willingness to change and to grow. And that's what Venus rising has always been about, is about constant transformation and knowing that that's the normal state, is to always be changing and be growing. Even when it looks like we're not, even when it's winter time and the trees do not have the leaves, or they're standing very stoically and naked, it's because they're taking a resting period and they're conserving their energy for a spurt of growth. They're kind of in an underworld experience. But you don't hear them complaining because they're older and they're smarter than us. And they understand it's part of the cycles of change. So part of the cycles of change right now is that Venus rising, and I think probably everybody watching this, or most of you that are watching this, knows that my beloved passed in 2014, August 2nd, so it'll be 3 years, August 2nd, after a 1.5 year journey with cancer. So that was a journey where he was the journeyer and I was the co-journeyer. And we were very much in that journey together. But part of the journey was that we had both shared a vision that someday over here we would create some sort of pavilion or building where we could have larger amounts of people here. We did things over here in tents and things on the land, but that we would have a pavilion, and then perhaps it would be enclosed later on. There goes the palliated woodpecker. The spirit bird of the Cherokee always stopped because it's a messenger. And that we would have this new building that could hold 50 or 60 people breathing at a time. Because we both really believed in fierce transformation. We not only believed in it, we lived it and we knew it. So during his illness, of course, things just kind of slowed down, and then for about a year after he passed, I went into the underworld as well. But the last 1.5 years, almost 2 years now, I've been emerging, and I'm now finally ready. I'm ready to reinvent myself, ready to reinvent my work, ready to reinvent the energies here at Isis Cove over to Dove Mountain, where Venus Rising University is. So over here is our medicine wheel, which is our earth temple. That's right, Mystic. It is. And so many people, come here, so many people have walked this wheel. So many people have had amazing experiences, including that palliated woodpecker that's calling out, that was a spirit bird for Brad and I when we first decided to become stewards at Isis Cove in 2003. And it's here today, really calling out to us once again. But this wheel is a beautiful wheel, 37 stones, each one weighing 2,000 pounds. And this is our earth temple. And right beneath it, if you'll look, there's a fire arch that our friend helped build. It was on the order of like a Burning Man installation. And we have fire walks and fire circles down there where people truly learn how to walk through the fires of transformation. And the fires can be lit up in that structure, and you can walk through the flames and onto the fire. If you look up above, there is a spirit temple deck, and up there is the deck, so that we go up there and we've done astrology, night skies teachings, we've had weddings up there, we've had all-night vision quest, we've had graduation ceremonies, meditation, pipe circles, all kinds of things. So this is a really sacred place, the spirit, the earth, and the fire. What's missing from this mountain so far is our water temple, which will be in that area over there. And look out at the mountains over there. Those are those beautiful mountains. This was Brad's favorite place to be, was looking at those mountain spirits. But right now we're focusing on our air temple, which is our breathwork temple. And it's also our healing arts temple. We intend to do sacred art here. We have Judy Redhawk is donating a whole lot of art supplies, beautiful things, easels, all kinds of things for our processes here. And you can see this orange tape right here, or orange string. We are going to have an open air pavilion here, as I said before, with perhaps holding space. I'm going to walk over here so you can see how long it goes. Holding probably at least 60 or 70 people in a circle. When we're doing breath work, we could probably put 50 people down on the ground. It's also the place we had our last Wise Wolf Council. It's also where we had Brad's memorial on his birthday just a few months after he passed. And we also had his daughter, Tina, and her beloved Quetzal's wedding here last summer. So it's already a place that's been blessed with energies. At one point we had a gathering of the masculine and the feminine up here, where the men and women came together, and we made a huge circle of about 100 of us after a Wise Wolf Council, and did an integration of the masculine and the feminine. That was several years ago. So this is already a beautiful ceremonial ground, and now we're going to have a place to breathe. And what you can do if you'd like to be a part of this, we want to invite you not to sit on the sidelines. We want to invite you to be a part of Venus Rising's rebirth. We want to invite you to be a part of our growth. We want to invite you to come and train with us, to come and teach with us, to be a part of our university. If you've got something to offer, we'd like to have you come and share that with us. We have all kinds of gatherings happening. We have a month-long coming up. It's the biggest month-long we've ever had. We've got a summer in August eclipse that's happening, the solar eclipse, and this is supposed to be one of the best places to see it in all the world. So if you haven't made your plans to watch that eclipse someplace, you might want to come and join us for 3 days of ceremony and ritual and celebration and breath work. And there's just so much more. But the big piece is we're asking people to become spirit wolves. Right now, we're moving ahead, just like the dove represents faith and trust. We're leaping off of the cliff. Venus Rising and all the staff are going with me. We're leaping off the cliff. And with that, we're taking a leap of faith that we will have what we need, just like we always have, when we're doing the next right step and the right thing. You know, there's a lot of ways for people to make a living and to do what they want to do in the world, and to take care of themselves, their families, and their loved ones. But one of the most important ways is to do the work that you love, and the work, I believe, that brings more love and consciousness to this planet. And over the years, over 21 years, Venus Rising itself has served thousands of people all around the world. We have thousands of testimonials of people whose lives have radically transformed. So if you're one of those people, I'd like to ask you to become a spirit wolf. If you're not one of those people, I'd like for you to show up and become a spirit wolf. And what that looks like concretely, you could donate $50 a month for 1 year. $50 a month for 1 year. And in that year, if we have 100 people that do that, we will pay for this pavilion. And it won't put Venus Rising, it won't set us back financially. We're willing to carry it for a while and hoping that you'll step up and share the load, if you will. And for all those individuals who support Venus Rising's rebirth, we're going to have a grand finale, probably about this time next year, where we invite everybody to come here for a day of Breathe America, Breathe the World. And it'll be a free event, and it will be for those people who've become spirit wolves and benefactors of Venus Risings to help build this dream. So join us, do something, especially now, even if it's not this, do something that makes you feel good about yourself and the future generations, and that brings more hope to this world. And I'll close with this. Many years ago, in fact, it was probably about 35 years ago, when I was becoming a breathwork facilitator, each one of us had to step up at some point. And when we did, we each had to say what it was that we were bringing to the world. And out of nowhere, all of a sudden, I heard myself saying to the crowd and the group that was there, the purpose of the magic wand that is being handed to me is to cast a magic spell of hope upon the world. So stay hopeful, but even better, put that hope into action and loving service. Blessings to one and all.